Alright, boils and ghouls. Like I said, with a community post, Friday or Saturday, I'm going to edit all of these together and just have a night of 1,000 horror kills. Now, this is the last volume that I'm going to be releasing before then, and there's about 200 plus kills in here, so let's go right into it. Creep from 2015 is my favorite found footage movie ever made. Mark Duplass's performance in Creep and Creep 2 are just a wonder to look at every single rewatch. But Aaron's kill at the end of the first movie is great here. And then Joseph / Aaron / whatever his real name is, his ending lines.
But why didn't you at least look behind you? I mean, it just seemed dumb that you would just sit there. And then I realized why you didn't turn around. It's because you're the greatest person that's ever lived, Aaron.
We got the original Frankenstein from 1931.
I can make a boat.
This is hilarious when he throws the girl in the water.
See how mine float? No, you're hurting me! No!
Grave Encounters is my second favorite found footage film ever made, and I love every character in this, and there's some great scares, but this bathtub scene is probably the best part of the movie.
Get him away from the tub! Come on! Matt! Do you see what the hell is he doing? I don't fucking know!
Army of Darkness from 1993. There's not a lot of blood and gore in this film, and that's why I definitely understand the people who prefer the Dark or Evil Dead films and not the TV show or Army of Darkness. But this Guys Are of Blood from the Pit is great. Jeepers Creepers 2 real quick, this kill's fun. I had Jeepers Creepers with Derry's kill at the very end, but the check process said that it would be blocked in some countries, so I had to take it out. But both of those kills in the Jeepers Creepers series. Graduation Day from 81 is not the greatest slasher, and it doesn't have the best kills. But here's some of them. I love this one, actually, where he pole jumps over the bar and then lands on the bunch of spikes that the killer put there. That's the best kill in the movie for me.
Leaving! Is he gonna help us? Go!
Really, really quick, but this Snatched by the Creature from the Tunnel from 2011.
I did everything planned.
Isaac's death at the hands of he who walks behind the rose at the end of Children of the Corn. Yeah, the CGI doesn't hold up at all, but it's fine. Drag Me to Hell from Sam Raimi from 2009. There's a lot of great stuff in this. I love this movie. But despite a little bit of the CGI, like the crackles on her face a bit near the end, it looks great still today.
What's wrong?
Oh my god!
Hey! Hey! Stop! Oh God!
(1983's) A Blade in the Dark from Lamberto Bava. There's a few great kills in here. This is also a top giallo of mine. Tourist Trap was mentioned earlier in the series with the plaster kill, but the opening kill here is one of my favorite scenes in this movie. Just how chaotic it is, and I always say the sound design is fantastic in this movie. The cackle and the mannequin, and then how it all cuts out when the pipe impales him after all the telekinetic stuff that Mr. Slosson's using off screen. What a great opening kill. Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me from 1992, Laura Palmer's death. After 2 seasons of the series, we get to finally see exactly what happened to Laura on that fateful night. And the way Lynch films all this, it is horrific seeing what happens to Laura. This movie, The Shrine from 2010, I never hear it talked about, but it's a pretty decent possession flick. There's some definite vibes of Black Sunday from Mario Bava, but I mean, this is something I think I even said in my review of this movie, that people did all the time with the mask, like the iron mask, and just like in Black Sunday that they would nail to the person, but you get 2 kills in here like that. But I just love the look of the mask, and I love how all this is shot.
Help me, Marcus!
If you haven't seen The Shrine from 2010, definitely check it out.
W imię Ojca i Syna i Ducha Świętego!
These 2 kills from Dario Argento's The Cat o' Nine Tails. This whole teamwork decapitation in front of Glenn Glenda.
It's up.
From C to Chucky.
Stop raving mad!
More Art the Clown. This kill from Terrifier 2 when this dude gets his dick ripped off and his entrails pulled out and waved in front of his girlfriend. Yeah, this is technically a cheat from Poltergeist, because this is a hallucination. This isn't really happening to this guy. But I'm sorry, at 4 volumes in, the effects are really good in this scene, and I really like how they held up. So I had to throw this in here. This is a fun scene. The Pulse from 2001. This whole scene is so goddamn spooky, eerie. I don't think I can even think of the words to describe how terrifying this scene looks from how it was shot. I'm pretty sure they had her walk in reverse and then play it backwards, similar to what they did in Ringu with Sadako. But if you haven't seen The Pulse, man, that's another classic Japanese horror film from the early 2000s.
This is the water, and this is the well.
More Twin Peaks, and technically this is from The Return, the third season, which was on TV, not a movie, but it's like an 18-hour fucking movie. The head crush here from The Woodsman.
Who's there?
Here's another great kill from Dario Argento's Suspiria, which I mentioned when I showed the Fulci one from The Beyond. That's my favorite dog killing its owner scene. It's just so much more vicious looking. It's so much more brutal. The gore is so much better looking. Everything about it's better. But, of course, Goblin score that builds and builds during this whole movie, but this scene in particular, all of that is done so well. And this is the only scene in the movie where there's really no color. It's totally devoid of any color usage. It's just black and white and some grays. The only red you see in this scene is the patch on the dog and the blood from the guy he kills, which I guarantee was a conscious choice from Argento, and I think it was a genius choice. Bigfoot ripping this dude's dick off while taking a piss from Night of the Demon from 1980. One Missed Call from 2003, another Japanese horror classic.
Yoko?
Has a few creepy scenes and a few good kills. There is some great eerie imagery in this film. Don't Go in the House from 1979 is a favorite of mine, and I'm always, just like Tourist Trap, mad that I can't include it when talking about 80s slashers. Now, this isn't a traditional slasher movie. This has a lot of Psycho vibes.
No. Wake up. Mother, wake up. Please wake up.
Please help me! Help me! Oh! No!
But the way that this guy murders his victims, these women, is one of the most fucking just brutal stuff that there is. And then we have the ending kill of Donnie himself, which you gotta see the movie, and there's still not really a full-on explanation for the ending here, but it's cool. But if you haven't seen Don't Go in the House, definitely check it out. It's still a very underseen and under-talked about quote-unquote slasher film from the late 70s. This kill from Chopping Mall from 1986. There's a few great kills in this, and then we get this great line from the robot.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
My girl Erin kicking ass. That looks fantastic, and then the double kill.
Get me out of this thing. Do you hear me? Get me out.
A pleasure it'll be to get you out and set you free. With this. With Fazio the Great, we've had a good laugh. Shall I start up this saw and cut him in half? Yea or nay?
Oh. Yes! Yes! No! 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 Yes! Yes! My audience, no! No! You love me! You love me! No!
Now, I haven't seen past the third Leprechaun. It's not my series. And I vaguely remember the third, but this was from Cali Daly. Thanks for reminding me of this one. I have seen this one. I don't remember it at all, but this is a fun kill. And he wishes he was in Caesar's Palace.
Caesar's Palace.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey from last year. I've seen the sequel. I still got to do a review, but this had some great kills in it. Pretty brutal ones. But for a Winnie the Pooh slasher film, I say this all the time. I don't know what people expected. This is exactly what I expected, and I enjoyed it for what it was. This head crush. Yeah, I know. The made-for-television miniseries of the Langoliers, the adaptation of Stephen King's short story. Yeah, the CGI is one of the worst examples of CGI in horror in the 90s, maybe. But I've always enjoyed this film, and I really like the story. And Mr. Toomey. There's always two of them that I think of. Mr. Toomey from Psycho 2, and this Mr. Toomey.
No! Daddy, no! Make them go away! Please make them go away! I'll be good boy! Please, I promise I'll be good if you just make them go away!
Now, this isn't a horror film, and there's a few of these on here, but this is one of the greatest jump scares of all time, and this is David Lynch's Mulholland Drive. Now, that's the actress who plays Valak, the nun, in The Conjuring 2 and her spin-off movies. Killer Klowns from Outer Space has some real fun ones. Here's some. That shadow puppet kill is phenomenal.
What are you gonna do?
Knock my block off!
Holy shit!
What's that?
Resident Evil from 2002. Now, I'm not a big fan of the movies. I'm a huge fan, since the first game as a kid, of the video game series. And I think the reason this first one didn't hit for me is because it didn't really follow the video game. But this is an excellent scene. Shout out to Ginger Ninja for reminding me of this one.
Come on! Got it.
Get Out from 2017. This is a cool mounted deer head kill, which we usually see people impaled onto, not using it to impale someone. Alright, so some of you guys have been giving me your picks for your favorite horror kills, and a few of you have mentioned this one. Some of you know how I feel about Scream. This whole kill to me makes no sense. This girl thinks she's gonna fit through a doggy door, a cat door. In fact, she even tried that. And there's no sensor on this garage door. I remember back in the 90s, there was a sensor that if you were standing in the way or something got in the way when it was closing or opening, it would stop. Also, there's no weight limit and stuff. Whatever. It's a famous kill, so it's on the list. Eli Roth's Thanksgiving from last year has some great kills and effects in it. The trampling scene on Black Friday in the beginning. If you haven't seen Thanksgiving yet, definitely check it out. It is a great slasher.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Oh no. Oh shit. Okay, please make it.
Urban Legend from 1998. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of this movie, but I do like this intro kill, and I think it's brilliant that it's being played to Total Eclipse of the Heart. And out of a lot of the post-Scream slashers, quote-unquote slashers, this is a favorite of mine among those.
Someone's in the back seat!
Now, it's kind of funny that this kill and the next one both have Total Eclipse of the Heart playing. And I didn't want to risk copyright, so I didn't have the music playing. But The Strangers Pray at Night from 2018, this is a phenomenal scene. The sound design is excellent in this movie. Especially in this scene with the music playing, and then he goes underwater, and it's muffled, and then back above water. The sound design's excellent. And I prefer this movie to the original film. I'm not a huge fan of the original The Strangers. But we get the kill here on Pinup Girl, and then we have Sackhead duking it out with this guy and eventually ends up killing the brother here. But this is my favorite scene so far, since we're getting 3 movies this year.
I killed one of yours! How's that feel, huh? How's that fucking feel?
In this entire series. I mentioned earlier in an earlier volume that Final Destination 2 is my favorite. Ginger Ninja mentioned the pipe kill, so here's a bunch of other great ones from 2.
Jesus Christ!
Sorry, what are you doing, man? Take it easy. Please, on your knees.
Fade to Black from 1980 was actually the second video that I ever covered on the channel. And this is still a very underrated film and a great character study. Dennis Christopher gives a phenomenal performance in this movie, and he ends up killing people in his cinephile way by dressing up as his favorite monsters and villains in film. These 2 kills are especially memorable. Black Christmas from 1974 by Bob Clark. I could have sworn I put this kill in the very first volume of this series, but I looked back and it wasn't there. But this isn't even so much as for the kill, but one of the greatest shots and images in horror for me, with her rocking back and forth with the plastic over her head in the window of the house.
We should each carry a weapon.
Another Year Next. My girl Erin just kills it. She is my favorite final girl in a horror film. There is nothing this woman is not prepared for. And kicks major ass at. Sergio Martino's Torso from 1973. This has many great kills. That car one is one of them. This is the best in the movie, with the drowning this woman in the swamp and then poking her eyes in. Shout out to Darren, who I already had this on the list, but mentioned this and said it's one of his top scenes of all time. And I can definitely see it. This is an excellent kill. And then this one. I'm a huge Mike Flanagan fan ever since Absentia, his first film, but Oculus was the one that drew me into him. And I love the ending to this film. I love the way it goes back and forth between the past and the present. Man, Flanagan just has a style to him, and a very distinct directing style.
Kylie! 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 Kylie!
Yeah, you know it. Birdemic Shock and Terror 2010. Basketcase from 82. I love the whole Basketcase trilogy. The gore really holds up for this film.
What's in the basket?
All of the effects and kills in Demons and Demons 2 by Lamberto Bava. These are two Italian horror films that are just a blast to watch. Balls to the wall insanity. As someone who's not a huge fan of Prom Night, I actually prefer Hello Mary Lou Prom Night too.
A wop bobbaloo bop, a wop bam.
And I've talked in this video about electrocution deaths and how they don't really do it for me. Despite how it looks, I still enjoy this. Fear Street Part 1, 1994. I don't care for the 3 Fear Street films, maybe I gotta rewatch them, but I thought it was off to a great start. It's pretty gnarly.
I'm sure this is going to interest you even more. With which device, whether it's the fast and almost painless big gun, or the slow, drawn-out
Funny Games from 2007 or 1997. I mean, shot-for-shot remake this is. I just like the cast better, and it's by the same director also. So it's just going to depend on who you prefer. And this is also a cheat because this guy doesn't die because this happened.
Where's the remote control? Where's the fucking remote control?
And the first time I saw that shit happen, I said, what is going on in this movie?
Okay, that was the test run. Now we're gonna go for the Olympic gold.
Demonic Toys from 1992. Always loved this movie. It's a lot of fun. It's always demonic toys too. And this one has fun kills here. Bloody Birthday from 1981. Nice to see kids killing people. And all three of these kids look like evil motherfuckers too. They did a great job.
Behold! Fish boy! Oh my god!
I mean, it's technically an after kill, but I don't care. I love House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, it's real. Real as I want it to be, mama.
The House of the Devil from 2009. Another great movie from Ty West, an early one, but this is a great gunshot kill.
Are you not the babysitter?
No, I'm not the babysitter. My friend.
The Mist from 2007. This is one of the most depressing endings ever. And you can't even kill yourself afterwards. And then right after that, after killing those three people and your son, you see help arrive and the mist clears. And you see all the people that stayed behind at the grocery store that they were trapped in. And listen to Mrs. Carmody, one of the biggest gut punch endings in horror. Here's another iconic one from Ju-on the Grudge, which I think is a lot creepier than the American remake, but both are creepy. The bed scene. Tobe Hooper's The Funhouse from 1981 had some good kills. I haven't seen the collector films in years, but this is a great one. Rob Zombie's The Devil's Rejects from 2005. Now, even though House is my favorite Rob Zombie film, I think Rejects is his best film. And when this girl gets plowed down by this truck, man, it's shocking, it's terrifying, and it's hilarious.